Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. The Comrade Show, they show us video wey dey for social media. Say Boko Haram don take over some part of Niger State for Nigeria. They don begin to convert Christians to Muslim. Any Christian wey refuse to become Muslim, they go kill am. Make I leave you now with the Comrade Show. Make you hear the message wey get for Buhari and for the people wey dey for Nigeria. Because Nigeria no dey safe again now. Make I leave you now with Comrade Show.
Yes, fellow Nigerians, my name is Comrade Lamte Oriahi, and as I speak here, I probably do not know how best to start this broadcast. I am enraged. And I know that many persons who have seen this particular video I'm going to be showing to us right now would definitely be enraged as well. The reality is just before us. As we speak, I don't know how many of us have seen this video, but the way the video has come to me, with more than 6 persons sending this particular footage to me, already it shows that this one footage that's going to go viral. Now, if you are not aware, as I speak, we already have a footage. Of course, information reaching us, that came with this footage is saying that this thing happened in Niger State. Boko Haram forcefully converting people to Islam. And the information added that those who refuse to confess, Muhammad, as it were, or whatever their conversion, exercise is, those people as being slaughtered. The exercise, according to one of the reports that came to me, says that it is ongoing even as we speak. They have thousands of people that they want to convert. They are converting currently. As a matter of fact, information equally, these are unconfirmed reports, equally stated that this thing is happening in Niger State, which means that this whole matter that we've been flouting for a very long time, talking about for a very long time, is right now at our doorstep. The whole agenda to Islamize Nigeria by force, take over the land by force. The other day, the governor of Niger State, the leaders of Niger State came out and told the world that certain parts of Niger State have been taken over by Boko Haram. They have their flags flying in some of the local governments, that are not under the control of Boko Haram. As a matter of fact, this video right now is a corroboration of that position that Niger State, the part of Niger State that has been ceded to Boko Haram right now, it is the people from that territory right now that are being converted to Islam. The Edoma says, wherever your enemy is being judged, that is where you are judged. I don't know how many of us have seen this video, but I'm going to play it from my other phone. I am making this broadcast, it's a sort of emergency broadcast because a common problem must call for common concern. Right now, we are at the edge of the precipice. That is where we are right now. This matter, we'll be talking about it for a very long time. We'll be talking about it. It is time. But let me play this video first from my other device so that those who may not have seen it will see it. They definitely will see it much later. The whole world will see it. But we must now not just talk. We must begin to take a position on these matters. Please let us watch. Okay. One of the reports that came with this message said that those who refuse to confess to Islam, those who refuse to get converted, they are slaughtered immediately. The fear of the first few persons they slaughtered led to the vast majority of others, immediately agreeing to convert to Islam. My people, the die is cast. The die is cast. The agenda of Islam in Nigeria is what we are beginning to experience right now. And for those of us who appear to be far away, who, we are thinking that, oh, okay, this matter is not them, not them. I can tell you of a fact that these guys are already at our doorsteps. They are already at our doorsteps unless and until we begin to take necessary measures, unless and until we begin to reject this matter, unless and until we begin to defend ourselves the same way they are coming to attack us. I can tell you that all the signals we've had over this matter of Boko Haram Islamizing Nigeria by force, over this matter of Boko Haram and the Islamic terrorists in Nigeria, okay, Islamizing everybody by force and taking over the land all together, okay, it's a matter that will not take long for them to actualize. Now, for us to act, we need leadership. We have governors in Nigeria who are Christians. We have men of God, people who profess to be men of God. It is time you guys wake up. It is time you guys wake up. The truth of the matter is this: whether we like it or not, whether we want to believe it or not, okay, we have always been at war in Nigeria. We have always been at war, and the war has always been a religious war, and that is the truth of the matter. There had never been any time in the history of Nigeria where we have had peace. The idea of some people being Muslims and some others being Christians, and the Muslims want to lord it over everybody, has always been there. And even more so, what we see right now, when I saw this footage right now, I am gravely enraged. Enraged not because of what is already happening right now, but because of what is to come. Because of what is to come. And if we don't come together right now, look, it's so sad, it's so unfortunate, it's so painful that we have a religious institution called the Christian body, and the things we talk about, we don't even want to even address these issues. The Christianity that we profess, that we practice. When I saw the pages of the Bible, there was no time in the history of Christianity in the Bible when Christianity was evolving. There was no time the children of God did not fight to dominate where they live. There is no time. There's never been any time. They've always fought to ensure that they get to the promised land. They fought all their way to remain the promised land. Even to today as we speak. The land where Christianity was born, they are still fighting. But one beautiful thing about Israel is that they don't wait to be attacked. When they smell attack, they go after the attack. Those who are planning the attack. When they smell the attack, they go after them. The best form of defense is attack. What we are doing, we are waiting. We don't even have any means of defense. And what I am saying is that the Christian, the pastors, the bishops, all these multi-millionaires, in Christendom in Nigeria, they must now wake up to this reality. If this particular footage does not wake you guys up, we will wake you people up by force. Because I will not come and provide leadership for this menace that is happening right now in Nigeria. The other man right there will not provide leadership. It is those who are the leaders of the church that we expect leadership from. It is those who are the political leaders who are Christians that we expect leadership from. What is happening right now is a threat, not just to... In fact, I don't give a hoot about Nigeria anymore. Nigeria can go to blazes, to be very honest. Because as far as many of us are concerned, there is no Nigeria. There has not been a Nigeria since the last 5 years. The only agenda that we see that the government of Nigeria has is to support these people, to kill us, to kill everybody. And now we are seeing it already. We are seeing it by this footage that just came out now. We are seeing it. That the entire agenda of this whole, Islamic terrorists, of Fulani herdsmen, of bandits as they call them sometimes, of whatever it is this. A few years ago, the American government warned that this was to happen. Few years down the line, so many authorities have come out to say this was to happen. This was to happen. Yesterday, I played a footage from what is name, one of these, remote bankers in Nigeria who professed and said that there is an agenda by the Islamic movement Not just to Islamize Nigeria, to take over the land and to start a civil war by the end of 2021 to 2022. Are we not close to that place right now? We in the South, what are we doing? All the big pastors in the South. Look, you are a pastor, you are a bishop. Your wife and your children, your family, yourself, you will be Islamized. If you guys don't wake up, you will kneel as some of these women are kneeling now to confess Islam. Your children, your family will be subjected to this menace. This menace. All we see from the churches, nobody right now is even addressing these issues. All we are talking about is how to collect tithe and collect offering from our members. This is a matter right now that calls for a global concern. It's a matter right now where all the bishops, all the Christians, everybody need to be sensitized. There is the need now for all of us to be weaponized, to be ready. To be ready to defend our fatherland. To be ready to confront this evil. There has never been a time where, in the Bible, where Christians were lazy. There's never been a time in the Bible where the children of God waited for terror to be unleashed on them. I didn't read that in any part of the Bible. The children of God always came out to confront evil for evil. When they are defeated, they rise again. When they are defeated, they rise again until they succeed. It has always been the case. Why is this generation, the kind of Christianity we have in Nigeria, why is this different? Every Muslim, every mosque you go, all the mosques around Nigeria right now, when they see this footage right now, I can tell you of a fact that majority of them will be happy because it's exactly what they want. It's exactly what they want. People who are able to come out to kill you in the name of their own religion, and you are just dead, waiting to be killed. We must wake up. For you guys who are members of one church or the other, sometimes when people talk about what the wrong thing that your pastors are doing, you come out to start challenging those people, to start laying curses on them. You must wake up. You will all be enslaved. You will all be enslaved. All of you. All of you. Unless and until we all wake up right now. Those that we call evil in our land, believe me, many of them are the true defenders of the land. It is time, you Christians in the East, those of you call yourselves pastors and bishops, it is time you wake up and reach out to Kanu and pitch tent with that young man. And pitch tent with him with what are areas of disagreement. Because right now, a common problem must call for common concern. We can no longer afford to have a church or have churches where all we talk about is what they will bring. All we talk about is the doctrines. Doctrines of you don't have to work because you believe in God. The miracle money is going to come. We are not interested in that. The different races that we come from, the different tribes that we are, will be exterminated by these uncircumcised Boko Haramists. Will be eliminated by these uncircumcised Fulani herdsmen. Will be eliminated by these terrorists growing in Nigeria. We must wake up. We must wake up. The best form of defense is attack. And I call on you, all South governors, if you profess Christ, where there is nothing wrong in us starting to build our own Christian militia right now, build our own Christian army to defend our land. And in defending the land, we must take the attack to the enemies, because right now they are in our territories. There is no cosmetics in this matter anymore. Nigeria is right now on the very edge. It's on the precipice. People are forced against their will. Even the United Nations Charter agree that there's freedom of association and religion. How can you force a human being to profess your religion? On good point, those who do not accept are slaughtered and killed before others. Forcefully. Somebody will come and tell me we have a Nigeria. Where is the Nigeria? Can you see this population? Those are villages they gathered, unsuspecting, unprotected, because they were waiting, hoping that protection will come from their own local government, will come from their own state government. But Boko Haram came down, ran down this local government, captured these people, and they are happy. They are happy right now to be converting people against their will to Islam. And many of us out there, we are waiting. It's like business as usual. But I tell you the truth, they are at your doorstep already. They are at your doorstep already. If you are waiting for Buhari to come and rescue you, believe me, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. Because what we already see is that Buhari is not interested. For all the National Assembly members from the South, all of you check yourselves. Check yourselves and check your standing, because at the end of the day, you will think that with your policemen you are protected. Forget it. They will come to you, they will kill you, they will kill your wives, they will kill your children, they will exterminate all of you with your money. With your money, because at the end of the day, even these terrorists, they are richer than you. They have more weapons than the security people you are carrying along with yourself. They are more empowered. They are guided and protected by the state that you serve. This matter right now is a matter of to your to Israel. We have come to that level where there is no Nigeria. There has never been one Nigeria. It is time for us to decide what we do with ourselves. This is the truth of the matter. Many of us have done our best to say, let us preach the gospel of unity of this country. But where we are right now, unity has eluded us. Unity will not come. And this is the truth of the matter. This is the truth of the matter. Nigerians right now must wake up. And as a matter of fact, my address right now is to the Christian family. It was Christendom, because the people who are going to suffer the most from this Armageddon perpetrated by the Buharis and the Patanis and the Sheikh Gumis and all these people, we must speak their names, because these people are the perpetrators of terrorism in Nigeria. Sheikh Gumi came out to tell us that a terrorist sympathizer like Issa Potame, that we need more of them in government. Today, this is exactly what they are doing. Issa, what's it called? Issa Potame is the Minister of Communication under this government. He's a terrorist sympathizer. He sympathizes with Boko Haram, with Al-Qaeda, with all the terrorist groups. It's an Islamic cleric, one whose words has always been how to destroy Christians, how to ensure that Nigeria is Islamized. He has opened the floodgates from all the Fulanis across Africa to come over to Nigeria. And today, we are fighting a war we do not know where it is coming from. And the war is lopsided, it's one-sided, it's not a balanced war. It's not a balanced war because one of the sides in this battle is not prepared. It's not fighting anybody. But these uncircumcised Muslims, they call themselves fake Muslims. They come, they kill, they destroy. Even the Bible tells you and warns you. It says, for the enemy cometh not, but to kill, to steal, and to destroy. What is the Buhari administration doing right now? With all the characteristics we see with the Buhari administration, what are they doing? Are they not stealing? Are they not killing? Are they not destroying? We have a devil and a demon in our territory. We cannot afford to put our arms. All of you calling for prayers. All of you calling for prayers. You will be consumed in your prayers. Whatever needs blood cannot be given oil. This is the truth of the matter. Whatever needs blood must not be given oil. And whatever needs oil must not be given blood. Even Jesus Christ said it himself. He said, give unto Caesar what is Caesar, and unto the Lord what is Lord. The Israelites, when they were fighting, and they were fighting for their freedom, fighting to get to the promised land, they prayed when they had to pray. And they fought when they had to fight. Nigerians, We must know the time that we are in. We must know the time that we are in. Your Bible tells me, it says that the children of Issachar, they knew the time and they knew what Israel ought to do. Nigerian pastors and Christians must know the time we are in, and they must know what we need to do right now. The only protection that comes to that country right now, that comes to the Christian South, it's not in the hand of the government of Nigeria. It's not in the hand of the Senate of Nigeria. It's not in the hand of the President of Nigeria. It's in the hand of the bishops, of the pastors, of the reverends, of the ministers. All you guys must wake up. The nonsense in Christendom is too much. It's too much. It's too much. If you don't want to, if you don't know how to be a Christian, if you don't know how to, you have not studied your Bible well, pack it up. Let people who know take over the baton. Right now, we need protection. We need protection. We need to raise our own army, Christian army. We are children of God, but God has not allowed us to perish. Why we see the marauders coming and they are killing us. They are taking one step at a time. They are killing our people. They are coming to us and we are waiting to be killed. I can bloody well afford to say, I am not coming to that country anymore. I can bloody well afford to say it is not my business. As a matter of fact, Nigeria's economy does not affect me in any way, shape, or form. Nigeria directly, it doesn't affect me in any way. That is the truth of the matter. But the truth of the matter is, oh yeah, you see me a woman. Oh yeah, you see me a woman. I recognize that wherever I am all over, anywhere in this world, whatever hurts Nigeria hurts me. And right now, we are being hurt. As a matter of fact, I want to channel my message right now directly to the Edo Kingdom, to the Benin Kingdom, wherever you people are. We are in a state of emergency. We are in a dire state of emergency. The enemies are here. They are right at our doorstep. I expect our government to wake up. I expect every part, every strand of our existence to wake up, to understand that where we are right now is on the edge of the very precipice. And in fact, they are right there. And the problem is, they are not giving us a time. There is no timing. They know their time. They execute with their time. We must now start preparing. We must not wait for the enemy to come to us. We must confront the enemy where they are. We must raise our army right now. We must raise our army right now. All you pastors and Christians in Nigeria, in Edo State most especially, find your way to sensitize the government of Edo State, the people of Edo State, to let them know that where we are right now is necessary. In fact, prayer has done our own. We will pray, we'll have to pray, but let us confront the enemy where we need to confront the enemy. People are being Islamized. Niger State is not far away. They will move from there, according to information that came to us, that they are going to move from there. The next port of call is Benue State. It's Benue State. That is where they are coming. That is the next port of call. That is the classified information I was told this morning by sources close to some of these things, that the next port of call is Benue State. And it is very high on the agenda to kill government officials of Benue State. That information was related to me. It's classified, but I have to release that information. And as a matter of fact, you know, they have said that the South will be run in one day. In fact, what we are faced with is a huge one. It's a huge one. Look, man, everybody in Edo State, in the South, goes to one church or the other. What are you people doing? Orise Jaffos and the rest of you, what are you guys doing? It is time to wake up. It is time to wake up. New broom sweeps where, but it is the old broom that knows the corners in the house. Whether they come from Mali, they come from Niger, wherever they are brought from, they are still strangers in our land. We are the people who know our land. We are the people who know everything about our land. We know the corners. Let us be prepared. Let us be prepared. Some of us will volunteer to lead from wherever we are. We will. Or they deny where they do but the home front will be strong. I call on all traditional rulers in the South region, particularly in Edo State. Wallaha wo. And when we do, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Everybody is crying. Everybody's agitated. Everybody's worried. No. In the days of our forefathers that we read about, we have never been a race that endured attack, that waited for attack to come to our doorsteps. Edo people, the spirit of our forefathers is alive in us. It remains so, and we need to do the needful. We cannot wait. But we cannot wait for them to come out on unleash terror on us. It is by choice for anybody to want to become a Muslim. It is by choice for anybody to become a Christian. Nobody should be forced to be anything or killed to be anything. What we are seeing right now. Hi. Iviedo, wallaho. Having no sense that some of our sisters and brothers who are with social media, it might only interfere, but you guys, and know the kind of fight you need to fight. Edo people need to come together right now. In the days of our forefathers, the Edos were always united in battle. Okuo or Rakarimania. Okuo or Kiabuhe. Okuo or nonsense. All voice is needed. Every voice is important. Every voice is relevant. We need to govern ourselves. We need to create that enabling awareness. We need to do that. And we need to speak to those we need to speak to privately. Let us fortify ourselves. Because nobody knows a door more than we do. If you don't know, Nigeria has been taken over by the devil that is coming to kill, to steal, and to destroy. We must now all defend our home fronts. And I want to call on the Eastern governors. All you people, you are fooling yourselves, most of you. That is the truth of the matter. All these Eastern governors, particularly from that one they call Supreme Court governor, you are fooling yourself. You think that your subservience to Aso Rock will save you. These Marudas will come. They will kill you. They will kill your wife. They will kill your children before your eyes. If you do not join hands with your people to defend your land, Imo State, to defend the Eastern region, you guys right now, no matter the differences you have with Nnamdi Kanu, the boy has set a very good stone rolling. You guys need to find a meeting point so that you guys can join hands to defend the Eastern region. For the Yorubas, the only word I have for you is, for once in your life as a people, be straight and honest with yourselves. All this hacky packing, you agree today, you are white tomorrow, you are red the other day, you want to blend with the way the shade is going. Yoruba people, wake up. You will not be spared. You will not be spared. You will not be spared. Betrayal is not going to help you. You people are even betraying yourself even more. You are hot today, you are cool tomorrow, you are lukewarm the other day. Take a stand. That is what makes a people. Take a stand. We expect you to take a stand. Now, if every region in Nigeria takes a stand and hold it firmly, then there probably would be a point of discussion amongst everybody for us to say, okay, this is what we want for ourselves. But if you guys keep lukewarm, like nothing is happening, terrorism is on your doorstep. It's right there. It's right there. Your wives, your mothers, your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, they will be enslaved or they will be killed. Sometimes right in your own very eyes with what we are seeing right now. Terrorism is in Nigeria. Please, if you are watching this broadcast, share this broadcast. If we not talk, we go die. If we talk, we go still die. So we go talk. We go talk. And Doma says, oh yeah, I have seen a woman. We will not wait for this terror. For this terror to come and consume us. For the international community. For the international community. The shame and the plan, the clandestine plan of the Nigerian government will not make them come out publicly to come and tell you, international community, that we are in trouble. But America, you know Nigeria is in trouble. Britain, you know Nigeria is in trouble. For you guys who are conniving, please, for the sake of the people of Nigeria, not for the sake of the government. The government has a hand in what is happening right now. Not for the sake of the government or the president. They are all conniving to bring us under. We are calling on you, United Nations, Britain, US. If there's anything you can do to help the Nigerian people, and when we are calling on your help, please help the likes of Nnamdi Kanu, help the likes of all those who are calling for this Nigeria to decide how their future would be like. We are not calling for help for the government of Nigeria because the government of Nigeria is not willing to help Nigeria. To be very honest, it is only a conspirator president that we allow things like this to fester, to degenerate to where it is at this moment. Nigerian people, we must wake up. Christians all over the world, it is not time for prayer. We have had time for our prayer. We are no longer interested in prayer. What we are interested in right now is deliberate change. Deliberate change to confront this menace right now. All you Christians all over the world, please stop encouraging the Christians in Nigeria, in the South, to be praying endlessly. God will not come down from heaven and fight our battle. He won't. He won't. He expects us to do the needful. Jesus Christ says, give unto Caesar what is Caesar, and unto God what is God. Give prayer to God. Empower yourselves. Faith without work is useless. The work we need to do right now is we need to fortify our people. We need to arm our people. We need to prepare them for what is coming. For what is coming. We need to draw a red line around our territories. Any stranger who comes close should be crushed. Should be crushed to death. In the name of God Almighty. Israel today is where Christianity emanated from. Jesus Christ, parents and grandparents, they are from Israel. Till today, as we speak, they practice Christianity. As we speak, they don't smell it. Anywhere they hear intelligence that some people are planning to come and attack Israel, they attack first. Because the best form of defense is attack. Israel will never wait for anybody to try it. The entire Middle East. The Middle East of Nigeria is the north. The Middle East of Nigeria are the Islamic people. This is the truth of the matter. The entire Middle East of this world, they are afraid of Israel. If the southern part of Nigeria will be Israel to Nigeria, why will we quiet and fold our arms and wait for this terror to come and unleash us? Look at this. If I look at the number of human beings right here that they are converting right now, we are talking of thousands of people. We are talking of thousands of people right now being Islamized by this video. Being Islamized here. They are all taking their oath of Islam. Some of them probably are Christians, but for the fear of death, they are taking this oath. Because some have been killed right in their eyes. Look at the number of people you are seeing right now. These are villages and local government that are being captured. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Please don't stand on that pulpit and tell the people to pray. Since Nigeria was born, we have been praying. Since Nigeria was born, we have been praying. It is not time to call people to pray. It is time to call people to strategize. It is time to call people to arm them. If government will not do it, we will find a way. Provide leadership. We will support with our substance. We will support our money. We'll provide arms and arm our people. Prepare them for what is to come. Because it's inevitable. It is coming. They have done everything. They are only now executing. Whether we like it or not. It is coming. It must come. It will arrive at your doorstep. You are a pastor. You are a bishop. There is no safe haven for you. Go and keep your children in America. Go and keep them wherever you want to keep them. No problem. But provided you are in that land, your uncles, your brothers, your fathers, your nephews, your nieces, they will all reap the reward of this menace. We must wake up. We must defend ourselves. We must defend ourselves. We must defend ourselves. And I want to equally talk to those people who are Islam, who are good-minded, who don't belong to this ethnic cleansing, I'll call it, who don't belong to this genocidal arrangement by some people in government in collaboration with all the people who call Boko Haram terrorists and all of that. Look, when I read the history of Europe in the era of the bourgeoisies and the peasants and all of that, it is from the class of the bourgeoisies that freedom came to the peasants. Some of you can take the initiative to know the right from the wrong and begin to expose these people and begin to fight them from within. If you are a good Muslim who truly believe in peace, who believe in social justice, and you know what is happening within your enclave as an Islamic person, rise up. Don't be afraid. It's a good cause to fight. Fight to defend truth. Fight to defend truth. Because right now, what is setting right now, okay, is a program that is deliberately orchestrated, you know, to create that platform of war between Christianity and Islam. Some of us would don't want to believe that it must be so. That some people are using Islam right now as a bait to perpetuate this evil in Nigeria. I want to encourage you. If something is touching you and you know what is happening is wrong, you have a duty to your conscience to rise and fight it. Because the Christians are not the ones Christianizing Nigeria right now. The Christians are not the ones right now going all about converting people by force to become Christians. But I tell you the truth, one thing I know is this. By the time Christians are forced, and Christians now get the consciousness of carrying arms as militias to defend themselves, I'll tell you the truth. A time will come when Muslims, okay, will learn the art of forgiveness, of peace. At that time, it will be too late. Because Christians would have tested the art of violence, and violence will continue until they eradicate every Muslim person. We don't want to get to that point. Because right now, what you know, the arm you can carry, we are people, even though they can't carry it now, they can be trained to carry it, and they will have the heart to die for their land. If you don't know some more, I want to talk to the Benin people right now. Wala wo. Can you second warame? Even though we video na ni yaka abodo imi dadore. Honda we edo we ugbe na de yero de. Ero wa o. So kuba no. Ana sao ana mo yo de. Ugbe na de yero de. Amana mo yo ndere onsa sao ni. Iye do iye mudi anu ugbe na de yero de no do hu yin o. Na lawo. This generation of Edo cannot change from the DNA of the original Edo ni mae. Edo ne waire. Edo ogo by why the first. Edo ogo ba Ozolua. Edo ogo ba Esigie. Wallahi wo. We are descendants of great Obas. We are descendants of great ancestry. Ancestry that never waited for terror to be unleashed on us. Ancestry that were terror themselves. Edo must rise right now to become terror to all the terrorists against the Nigerian people and against Edo people and against the Easterners and the Northerners. We must rise, we must rise, we must rise. It is what we are known for. We are Edo people. We are a generation and we are a people who resist wickedness. We cannot wait for this wickedness to be unleashed on us. Whether you are in church, whether you are in this, you are in that, many of you, why you know what roho because you have converted to a foreign religion, to Christianity, we not destroy our own institutions. It is time for us to reawaken all of them. It is time. It is time. It is time for us to rise. I'm making this broadcast right now. Today, God knows where I'm going to place calls to different quarters, relevant quarters. We must start. But I'm making this broadcast, I say where the call will come. Wa se ti mo pia o, wa se ti mo sisi o, udo de ba sun. Na make na ya sin me woman. Oh ya, ya sin me woman. Aga we na zie gbe. Ori yo se ti redo mi mo kegbe. Awa wa. We have mu gbe, ege have seno we o ayedo. Ma adio wa. Nda we edo wo ya, ya sin me woman. E no rena, amami gbo ede. Ogene oh atado omono ba ne do ato pe ibi edo nuzo mo kiri wasekiri wasara me wallahi wo ino rena na hin ya wegbe na hin ade we ahun oleho na oloboro pa fo a ima hiya hiya riku gbagba fun da we agawe na si egbe ori obi edo mi mo kegbe mari na mama ni mama ke Abuja gade iyasun amwesene by force aya convert one omono ho no ai mole ga ai mole no ma be ho is your right Edo ma force by deck. If Edo had been a land that forced people, the whole Nigeria today would have been Edo people. We conquered everywhere all over this Nigeria as far as Benin Republic, Dahomey, Lagos belong to Edo land. Maya Bao Bedo Bweko. If we were people who were using the policy of assimilation, the entire Nigeria would have been Edo people. But our Obas will conquer. They will come back. They don't force people to even learn the language. They don't assimilate the people. If that policy was a policy that Edo did in the days of our exploits, by the Obas that made Edo become Benin Kingdom, the entire Nigerian space would have been made of Edo people. So I tell you, the real truth matter is that the real owners of Nigeria are the Edo people. Everybody must be aware of that today. The real owners of Nigeria are the Edo people. Go and check your history. You don't know someone. Those days are not yet gone. The blood of their ancestors flow in our veins. It's still flowing today. Despite the fact that this and that is happening here and there, it is time for the wake-up call. Some of us are drawing our attention right now. We have to do the needful. Oja, aya see me woman. Oja, aya see me woman. We will never forget the exploit of Idiani Yesige. In those days, if Idiani Yesige, Idiano Boko could do that at the time, the blood of Idia flows in the veins of every Benin man. We need to wake up. If anyway, Ogidigan conquered more than 201,000 villages. Osolua, Nibamieko conquered more than 200,000 villages all across. The blood of these great ancestors of ours still flow in our veins. Still flow in our veins. So we cannot, all circumcised Islam people, all circumcised Boko Haramis should not. We must not allow it. Our wake-up call is as soon as last year. Let us understand where we are in right now. I came out to make this video. I am enraged in my heart. I am enraged because Nigerians came together. The Yorubas came to make, not all of them, of course, some of their leaders, the Tunubus, came to cook. I heard Kunubu talk the other day talking and warning Easterners not to drive Nigeria to become Sudan. He never talked about terrorists killing everybody. He never talked about armed bandits destroying our land, our farmlands, because he's protecting 2023. Tinubu, if you don't wake up and governance Yoruba people, if you don't wake up before our eyes, this video we see right now, you will be captured. Your family will be enslaved. They may even be killed before your eyes, before they kill you. If you don't wake up, nobody should think that he's in a safe haven with these people. The plan they have for the least man is the plan for the heart of the greatest man amongst us. So, Tinubu, be flirting around and fooling yourself around a demon, one whom yourself called many years ago a religious bigot. Talking of Buhari, you made a publication. In an interview, you called Buhari a religious bigot. The records are there. Today, you are flirting around because you have the prospect of being president of 2023. I warned 2023 may not come. The evidence is already cooking. It may not come. Obadiah made a broadcast. He said he plans they have, because he talked to them, is that they want to start a civil war by the end of this year or by 2022. Nobody is taking that man serious. But everything he has said, they are coming to pass gradually. People are now being installed by force. Please, share this broadcast. I appeal to you. And I want to equally appeal, if you are out there, you have a direct contact to Nnamdi Kanu, please, inbox me. Inbox me. We need to build a very strong alliance. The people who want to engage Nnamdi Kanu, you will not see them talk publicly like this. But they have asked me to tell you, if you have access to Nnamdi Kanu, inbox me. We must build our alliance to bridge the gap. To bridge the gap and defend our land. The people who want to speak to him, who are ready, who are already walking behind the scene, they want to speak to Nnamdi Kanu. Please inbox me his contact if you do. Share this broadcast. Let Nnamdi Kanu see this broadcast. And let us have a chat. And please, if you equally have Sunday Igboho's number, please inbox me privately. Inbox me privately. The people who want to speak with him, they have asked me to say that on this public space. If we not talk, we go die. If we talk, we go still die. Therefore, we will continue to talk and do what we have to do. We cannot wait for this nonsense to be unleashed on us, on all of us. Great Nigerian people, my name is Comrade Lamtek Momosarehi. I'll come your way again, definitely. Nigeria is in a state of emergency. And we have to rescue ourselves. We are not interested in rescuing Nigeria anymore. It is beyond that now. If the people who are the custodian of Nigeria are not interested in rescuing Nigeria, then who are we? But we are interested in rescuing our individual lands. And so we form alliance. The necessary alliances we need to form, we will form them across board to defend our territory. We will take the battle to the enemy front. And I want to encourage members of ESN, please stand resolute. Stand resolute. We will join you. We will support you. We will collectively defend our lands against these marauders. Please share the broadcast and let it go round. It is time for action, and the time is actually not now, but since last year. On that note, my people, thank you very much for being part of this. I'll come your way very, very soon. Bye for now.
Now we don't hear from the Comrade Show. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you now with this video. Make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.